Hi, hello, and welcome to another dose with your boy, the WOODSTA. And you're back for another dose of this guy, the WOODSTA, your boy, the WOODSTA. We keeping it G over here. Hope you mans are doing the same. See, I wouldn't be the WOODSTA without this. It looks like a cigarette, but I bet it's something greener. But shh, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Anyway, all jokes aside, so I want to firstly apologize again, spank my bum. I've been a very naughty boy. I haven't posted, a video in, well, I dare to look. I've been a very naughty boy. Girls spank my bum. I can see the angry mobs out there. So I've had a lot of messages. Well, not a lot, but about 20, I'd say. So a few. And most of the messages are asking me, are you still alive? Are you still making videos? Why did you quit? Come on, you've given us some information. You can't just, back out now. I haven't quit. I have not quit. Obviously I didn't even look, the last time I uploaded a video, and I was supposed to be doing the detox challenge, which I did do. I have all the video and stuff there. I just haven't had the time to edit it and bring it into the final product. So apologies and all of that. And the detox, the detox diary will still be commencing, just as when I get some time. Reason number 2, I've had a lot of personal problems in my personal life. And reason number 3, they say it's lucky for some. But reason number 3 is because I'm on a new laptop. I'm trying to, upgrade everything I've got. Obviously, I've now got the mic, all the interface and all of that sort of stuff. So I'm trying to get myself a better laptop because it was getting old and, So basically, this new laptop is a Windows 8.1, and if anyone knows anything about 8.1, if you're anything like me, you just want to throw it out the window. So anyway, moving on to what we're talking about today. Somebody I know in real life who's also been a subscriber to me since day one. I'm not going to name them, shame them, because they may not want their name, put out there. They requested to me, because I've been, sorting out many different things, that, they stipulated a wish for me to, do more recordings and stuff so they can see. So, as I'm sure a lot of you are aware out there, I mean, certainly the people who watch my channel, that, the financial collapse is coming at some point, I mean, there's no point beating around the bush. It's going to happen. And a lot of people prepping, and doing all sorts of things to prepare. So hats off, I salute you. So this video was going to be something gangster. Is how to rob a bank. Wait, what? Oh, that's right, the banks rob us every day. So anyway, on to some more serious things. We're going to basically be bagging up rice. And the best rice to use is white rice. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, yeah, but brown rice is so much better. Yes, it is. And it's because of the brown rice is actually better for you. What's actually, in the rice, which in white rice they take out. I mean, also they bleach it, but that's a whole different topic for a whole different day. But obviously the brown rice has got all the healthy oils and fats and all that sort of stuff. Well, obviously that breaks down in time. And it's not going to store for long for 6 months, from my research. I have read into other ways you can prolong it a little bit more. But, I know nutrition is important, and I'm somebody who believes in that. I mean, as you can see, the herbal way is always the better way. And nutrition obviously is very important in that aspect. So, but obviously when it's survival, you've got to think about certain things. So anyway, on to this. Now, first of all, what do we need? Well, I'm going to introduce you to my friend. Some people call him MYLAR and some people call him MYLAR. Personally, I don't give a shit what you call it, I call her Halle Berry or Little Kim. You know, I prefer a girl's name. I might actually listen. But anyway, all jokes aside, so this is a MYLAR bag, or MYLAR, however you want to pronounce it. Now this here is paramount to basically keeping your food in tip-top shape and storing it for long-term use. Now a lot of people may be saying, well, WOODSTA, I'll buy a food and it's got packaging, so, you know, why do I need to do this? Well, that's a good question. And the answer is basically the corporations are not interested in keeping their food as long as possible unless they're using things like preservatives. You see, at the end of the day, it's up to us, the consumer, to take that responsibility for long-term storage. So basically, the packaging is adequate for so long, but then eventually everything gets through to it. Whereas the MYLAR bags, these things, look, let me show you. These things are bulletproof, look, watch. See, bulletproof. But basically, they're extremely good. You know, for my research, they're incredibly good. You know, not much can actually get through them. Actually, nothing can really get through them. And my mic's decided to, well, more of my cradle's starting to be a bit of a pain. But anyway, I'll just hold it there. So these MYLAR bags, most important thing to talk about, I mean, there's all different sizes. Now this is 1 gallon, according to what the website said. Now, when you get these, you want to get, I think, minimally, from my research, I think it was 3 or 5 mil bags. But the link will be in the description anyway. So, I mean, I've ordered from the seller many times. And they're a very good seller on eBay. And I think if your second order, you get 5% off and every order after that. So, something to bear in mind. Comes with recorded delivery as well. They're very efficient, these guys. They certainly don't mess about. And oh, look, my phone's going off. Right, okay. So, okay then, what do we have here? Oxygen absorbers. Don't know if you can actually read that. Actually, it would help if I actually put it more in the center. But these, well, this is a pack of 15 300cc oxygen absorbers. It's basically, as it says on the tin, oxygen absorbers absorb the oxygen. They go inside here with your food, which I'll cover in more detail later. One very important thing to note on this, which I'll go into more details, is notice that there's 15 of these. So we don't want to be wasting any of these, so we want to do 15 in one go, or 25 or 10 or whatever you've got. More on that information later. Okay, one of the other most important things we're going to need is an iron. No, ladies, you're not going to be ironing my balls. Not today, no. Well, we're not going to be doing any iron-on transfers. It's because of the heat. Now, the heat will help seal these motherfuckers. And that's what we want. So, hence the iron. Also, with an iron, you want some sort of suitable work surface to be able to do this. Or if you haven't got any available space like that, you know, use a bit of wood. I mean, I've got a bit of wood that used to be, you know, one of my old kitchen surfaces. Hey, it does the job, right? You know. So, okay then. So, where should we begin to put to next? Meet my friend BASAMANTI. We've not known each other for that long, but anyway, on to the serious side. So anyway, this is a 10 kilogram one. It's quite a big bastard, as I'm sure you can kind of tell. Now these are pretty readily available, to be honest. I mean, all you've got to do is go into sort of any Asian superstore or any real Asian shop that sells that sort of stuff. They should be there. If a lot of people don't have any near them or don't know where they are, I mean, you could always try Asda and Tesco. But when I try to look up for them or look them up, they're always out of stock. And me personally, I've never seen them in the shops, you know, as in the actual branch, Asda, Tesco, or whatever. Well, I only have an Asda near me, but you get what I mean. I mean, as you say, you can try and do it online. Maybe it's just this area and they sell out like boom, or I don't know. But that's one of the things you could actually do. Or the other thing to do is go onto Amazon. That's where I got mine from. If you haven't got transportation and you need it delivered, it will cost a little bit more. This is why I said go to, you know, the Asian stores, you know. They may be able to offer you delivery. But, of course, if you got transport, chuck it in your boot. Bob's your uncle. Price, I know you're going to ask me. Price, I would say the cheapest I've seen it is like £10, so that's like £1 per kilogram. So it's not too bad, you know, and it will last quite a while, you know, you know, it's certainly got a lot of nutrients in it, not as much as we'd like, as we discussed earlier, because it's bleached and a lot of the stuff is taken out. But it, you know, it can sustain you for quite a while. You know, it's definitely something you shouldn't, you know, something you should ignore. Unless, of course, if you've, you know, got gluten intolerance and stuff like that, then you'll have to do your own research on that one. And with everything I've said, speaking of research, do your research. Everything I've said, research it. You know, don't just take my word for it. You know, at the end of the day, I'm just passing on what I've basically learned through my research. So, hey, you know, and if you've got any better ways to do it, hey, I'm still learning, you know, I'm a teacher as well as a student, you know, I'm still learning, you know, and I'm trying to teach what I've learned. And hey, if somebody thinks there's a better way, hey, you know, get at me, you know, put a comment right there and lean back with it. Lean back. So, and all of that funky stuff. Okay, optional things that I think are necessary. This here, a scope. It's for putting on your head. No, it's not. You can get 2 of these for £1. All you got to do, well, you should be able to pick them up easy enough in the pan shop. The little scopes, I dare say you can get them in many different places. So when you're actually transferring it into the bag, I think they come in useful. So at the end of the day, rather than trying to put your hand in and I mean, the other option, which is kind of a better one if you've got 2 people, or the food buckets. Again, the link will be in the description if you're interested. You can obviously put the 1 gallon MYLAR, whatever you want to call them, bags inside, you know, and you can just tip it in. But obviously, if you haven't got that, which I'm certainly not doing that approach, that would be the best way to do it, in my opinion. And obviously, if you've got someone who can hold the bag, well, you know, fuck it. You know, if there's 2 of you, but if there's only 1 of you to do it, you know, my way is personally easier. Also, carry some red bags. That's what they have in this area, red bags. Or some sort of bin handy. So as soon as you've gone through, because basically, I'm sure you're going to ask, and I'll answer in a minute, that you're going to go through quite a few bags. Exactly how many bags? Because people have already asked me this, and I'm sure you guys are thinking, well, how many bags am I going to need? Well, I'd say to start yourself off with, I'd get 30 bags. Now, I would anticipate trying to remember, even though I've actually packed up 15. I just ain't finished it. I'm just getting to the stages to this video. But I think it's about 3 or 4 of the, basically, yeah, let's make it easy. 3 or 4 of these, something like that, to say 1 of these, because I'm sure you guys are going to ask. But as I said, all information will be down there, you know, for, you know, what's necessary. And obviously, as soon as you've obviously done them, you know, for the whole health and safety thing, go straight in the bin. I had to wrestle myself not to put this one in the bin just so I could show you. So yeah, so that's basically it. So we are going to get on to step 1. Ha ha ha. Now, a lot of people may be thinking, pretty much as I did before I got into this, well, I'll just fill this right to the top. You do not pass go, and you do not collect $200, pounds, depending on what version you're buying. Now these here, I don't know if you can actually see. There you go. It's not all the way to the top. Now, you can probably add a little bit more than that, but you need to be able to pull them tight and both edges meet there. It doesn't matter if it's slightly off, but as long as they're just about there meeting, you're ready to go. Now, so that's step 1. Now, we do not touch oxygen absorbers yet. We do not go anywhere near them yet. Now, I'll be covering this for step 2, but this is going to be sealed halfway, and I'll get into why after. Now, I've got 15 to do, so I'm just going to go through them and then come back and then just show you 1. All right. Right, we are back. Another important tip, because a lot of people are busy out there, got kids to look after and blah, blah, blah. Another tip, how to put this into your day-to-day life. It's real simple. I dare say, I mean, most of the population watch the TV or whatever. When you listen to music, playing the game, especially if it's online, you got a low TV, just sit there with it on your lap. It's real simple, you know, get comfortable. You should be there a while. Right, so unfortunately I can't actually show you step 2 because I need to hold the bag and iron. But what I can do is show you the aftermath. See, now this bit, still enough to get it in. See, quite a bit there. And on this side, as I'm sure you can tell, well, hopefully you can tell, it's different to that side. See here, it's got a nice thick seal, look. That's not coming on for nothing. Can't even get a grip on it. See? Real good. See? Trying to put a bit of force on it. It ain't moving. So there you go. Now we're up to, that is completion of step 2. Now I'm going to finish the rest of my 14 bags. Then it's time to put the oxygen absorbers in. And you'll see that. You'll see me actually put them in. Right, I'm back. I've officially done all 15. Now this is the most important thing of this whole video. Now listen very carefully and do exactly as I said, because this could all be for a waste if you do not do this step correctly. Now, this is just my tip that helps me, but as I said, this contains 15 300cc oxygen, which is the minimum that you're going to need from my research. 15 bags and 15 of these. Now, I don't know if I've explained this, I've recorded this so many different times, but the facts are, there's a little oxygen absorber there. Now, I'll read what it says on the instructions. Pink equals valid, blue equals invalid. Now, it will go from pink to blue. That's not a problem. When you take it out, that's not a problem when the oxygen hits it. But I would say do not leave these out for more than 15 to 20 minutes, which is why I advised you previously to seal them halfway. Because this is in an airtight bag. It's had it all vacuumed out, all the rest of it. So that's why. So you take them out, as I'm going to show you, which I'll do on the last one, and then you seal them up straight away. Now if you've any reason you have any left over, I'll show you what to do in the end, but you've got to bear this in mind because you don't want to keep buying these because they are quite pricey. So I'm going to do the first one, well I'll do it on the last one just to show you guys. But make sure, double check, triple check that you've got the right amount of bags for these. So count them, get them all in an area close before you open these. Do not open these until you know you got all the bags and they're at least halfway sealed. At least. Right, I need to make this quick because I've got to follow my own rule. But this is the last one. So if you can see, that's what the oxygen absorbers look like. Straight in the gap that you would have left by now. Put it in and seal it up. Simple as that. Right, I've successfully finished all of mine. So there's only one thing left to do, the grand unveiling. This is what it should look like in the end. Nice and sealed, nice and tight, nice thick seal, that's what's important, a nice thick seal. The thicker in some senses the better. Unlike with people, of course. But as you can see, it's nicely sealed, can't pull that apart. There's no real gaps. Now, one of the ways to test if you've actually done a very successful job or not is, well I've already done this, but just to show you, tip it upside down. Anything come out? No? There you go. Job's a good one. So, to reiterate and go through, no joke, straight to the point this time. Step 1 is to take your MYLAR bag, fill it up to the top, well, no to the top, I'd say about 3/4, maybe a bit more, just to the point where you can actually seal them, you know, both bits fit together, but If you've gone a little bit over, it doesn't matter, you know. Don't beat yourself up about it. Step 2, take your iron, which is basically, should have been warming for a couple of minutes on the highest temperature by now. And seal about halfway. Again, we don't need to get, you know, tape measures out and get all, you know, exact on it. You can go up to, you know, just enough to put 4 fingers on a thumb in to drop your oxygen absorber in. Next step is to basically count up all your bags and make sure you have the exact amount of oxygen absorbers. So in my case it was 15, yours it could be 25, 12, 10. And double check and then triple check before you open the oxygen absorbers. Then of course when you open it, I would say no more than 10 to 15 minutes out in the air. You slide it in, you seal it up. Now this is a point that I haven't actually covered yet. Don't be lazy and think, oh well, I've done one side of it, so I'm only going to do the other side. No, this is the time to really make sure that seal is tight, because this is your survival at the end of the day. You know, if you've got kids, are you telling me you're just going to drop them, you know, when they go to school, you're just going to drop them down the end of the road? No. I'm pretty sure most of you won't. You'll drive, especially if they're real young. You'll drive them to the gate, you'll watch them go in, you'll say goodbye, you know, give them a kiss goodbye or whatever. You will make sure they get into the classroom. Well, at least into the actual school building. You know, so treat this like you would your kids, because this is important. This is your survival. This is their survival. This is, you know, whoever you're trying to help survive. So this is important. Having said all of that, once it's all sealed, by doing both sides, not just one, go across both sides. You know you've already done it. Then you tip it upside down. Does anything come out? Then give yourself a pat on the back. Good job, WOODSTA. I did it 15, so good job, WOODSTA. Good job. No, I'm not doing the full 15. And it's also important when you're doing this to motivate yourself. So you might be tired, sluggish, hard day at the office or whatever, you know. As I said, do it in front of the TV, but give yourself a prize at the end of it. Give yourself a reason other than survival to do it. It could be that takeaway that you want. It could be going for a drink with your mates or whatever. It could just be, you know, spending £10 on PSN or iTunes. You know, reward yourself. Never take yourself for granted. Reward yourself for your successes and keep pushing yourself and keep fighting. For the great people of this world, I salute you. So, that's it. It's a shame because I bought my lab coat with my pointer. I was going to get all scientific on you. No, I wasn't. Yes, I did say earlier that if you do have any oxygen absorbers left over, which I don't, basically fold it up to the smallest amount it could possibly be. So let's just say there's one in there. No, this is one that's ripped, as you can tell. This is one that went wrong. I had to get back inside. It's the first one I did. So obviously you slide it in like you normally would. So the packaging goes to there. So of course you cut it all the way around it, just as you did with the iron to seal in, you know, whatever you were storing. You would seal up the ends and it's good to go. And then obviously the next time, get it out, or how many you've got in there or whatever, and then start again. So you lot have been wonderful. I've been the WOODSTA. I'll bid you farewell. Peace.